that first one is legitimately a horror movie. You say
Yeah,
what you want about the Alien series, it's really sci-fi, but that first one really is a horror movie. Like it's
Alien, yeah, horror
yeah,
movie all the
Alien.
way.
Yep.
Yep,
Aliens,
I
the
agree.
sequel, is a straight up action movie, and there's no ish. It's not a bad thing. Though it's a phenomenal movie. It's amazing. It's like Terminator 1 and 2. It's like two totally different movies, even
Or
though they
like
have some similar characters and
or Evil
similar
Dead
ideals.
1 and 2.
Yep.
I mean, they're both horror movies, but you could definitely tell the
Or Evil
tone
Dead 2 and
shift.
Army of Darkness.
Yeah,
I know
we're not
you
gonna
in a
talk
rabbit
about.
hole on that one. I know. I see it more as that, but you don't. We'll get into that another time. But yeah,
And I'm not saying. I just want to say, like, I'm not saying I don't like Army of Darkness. I like it for what it is. Like, it's comedy, it's goofy, but when two of your favorite movies are Evil Dead 1 and 2, and a third one's coming out, no fucking way. And then you see Army of Darkness, you're like, what the fuck is this? Like, I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not Evil Dead. Like, damn it, I'm so disappointed.
so just a recap of my movies. I picked Monster Squad. I picked just zombies in general, but it was more limited to the Night of the Living Dead series and the Return of the Living Dead series. Even they're two very different series. One's very
We
more
will be
realistic, and the
doing
other one is more comical and fun. And they're different types of zombies. And they're amazing.
We will be doing a full episode on
Yes,
Return of the Living Dead because it's
yeah.
one of my favorites.
And I have Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the
Yup.
Evil Dead series, which we got into again here, and The Exorcist. And then you had.
Well, but then you also mentioned your like non-horror movies.
Well, I was gonna get into that. Yeah, I picked Toxic Avenger and Predator, and then we talked about some other stuff. But yeah,
Yeah, and mine are just like stereotypical big three. You know what I mean? Friday the 13th, Child's Play, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Obviously, for like horror movies that influenced me when I was younger into what I like today, those were the big ones. Tombstone, it just got me into films in general, like horror, comedy, anything. It was Tombstone. And American Psycho because I think it was the first movie that made me kind of actually think. And I'm not saying movies never made me think, but the fact that I actually rewatched it immediately after it was over, like that.
well,
Meant
that
something
is
to me.
something we didn't get into earlier with it, but that is a movie where you can rewatch over and over, and you see something else, or you see it at a different like view in your head. Especially if you let
Yeah.
a time go by, as you get
Yep.
older and mature, and maybe your opinions differ a little bit. You might see it a different way. Like there's a lot of different things, especially if you start reading fan fiction or just theories on
Oh
the
yeah.
movie online, and then you watch it after reading. You're like, oh yeah, I totally see their idea. I would never notice it before. That's definitely one of those movies.
Oh yeah. And that movie even got a shit sequel with I think Mia Kunis.
Mila Kunis, yeah, and then
Yeah.
Professor was William Shatner. That she
Yeah,
was
that was
obsessed
garbage.
with. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I
Fucking.
mean, it's worth a watch for her because but
Oh yeah, but don't
terrible
compare
movie.
those. Don't compare American Psycho to that
Nope,
garbage.
nope,
So
definitely not at all.
this is something that we're going to be putting out. This was an introduction episode. It's something that we're going to be putting out every week. Our first real episode we will be recording Monday night, and I'll just give a quick preview. We're going to be comparing two movies, and they have to do with serial killers. 1980's Maniac and 1986's Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. And we may talk about the remake of Maniac because, it's still Maniac. And we want to discuss why one movie was hated by critics and the other one was praised and won awards, even though basically it's the same setup. Just keep an eye out on the Serial Killers Academy page. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Patreon. We have merch, we have shirts, we have this, we have that. But keep your eye out for this because this is going to be fun conversation every week. Nice little escape from reality.